Hi, welcome to Kasamahan's 52nd annual Philippine Cultural Night, Paraluman. As we guide you and take you on this journey, what we want to show you is a collection of all of the hard work that our cast members, our students, and the musicians that we have invited have put on and put in for the past few months. First, I want to explain what this theme means. Paraluman is a theme that CC came up with months ago. It's a theme that we thought long and hard about. What intentions do we have with this PCN? What does PCN mean to us? What does Philippine culture mean to us? And what do we want cast to take away from this experience? We settled on the word paraluman because we felt that paraluman encompassed a lot of our feelings about this space. First, for those of you that don't know, paraluman carries multiple meanings. Contemporarily, paraluman is meant to say a feminine muse or a feminine inspiration. It's often used in contemporary media and arts to signal this. Like, you are my paraluman and you inspired me to create this. There are famous songs also that have this title or that mention a paraluman. Other than that, going back into the word's history and its original meaning, or I guess where it originates from, paraluman was meant to mean more of a guiding light or like a compass that shows you where to go. Kind of like a magnetic needle or a magnetic force. Paraluman is that guiding light. And throughout this journey, what we also want you to take away from the show is to think about what guided you here today. Why are you in this space? If you're here for your family, for your friends, for your kids, or for your cousins, or for your found family, or if you're here to celebrate Philippine culture, learn more about it, and connect with your community, we want you to hold on to that feeling. As you look at all of the pieces that you will see tonight, we want you to see a collective show that is pieced together through one single idea. We're trying to guide you through what we know today, the contemporary meaning of paraluman, but also take you back to the term that paraluman originated from and the word that it originated from and its more or less contemporary meaning. Through our stories and skit, through our performances, through our dances, and through song and through music, we want you all to hold on to every single bit of it. Because paraluman is embodied in all of us. There's a reason why all of us are here on this stage, and there's a reason why all of us felt drawn to lead these dances, lead these pieces, and to perform it for all of you. What we want you all to take away from this show is the love and the care that we poured into this performance and the love and care that we have for all of you here. What we want you to think about during this show is what paraluman means to you. Who is your inspiration? Who is your guiding light? And what is your reason? What is your why? And we believe that we have been able to show that love through these performances. And without further ado, I can't wait for our lovely leads to explain to you their pieces, why they chose them, and for y'all to see the beauty in Paraluman and let that light guide you.
Hi, my name is Brianna Villano and I am leading hip hop this year.
My name is Sam, and I'm leading choir. So, choir is already a long practice integrated into a lot of different cultures around the world. But when we look at history, the Catholic religion and being part of church choirs is a big thing in Filipino culture. So, we will be showcasing a song called Paraiso, composed by an OPM composer named Ryan Kayabyab. This is an original song that he created for one of his groups called Smoky Mountain. So I really just wanted to highlight the excellence of Filipino composition and Filipino voices and songs.
Hi, my name is Ella Santos, and I am leading spoken word this year. So, with spoken word, there's not too much of a cultural background. However, I do feel that spoken word is extremely important when it comes to telling personal stories and really capturing the experience of our culture. I think it's such a unique aspect in that you really get to know a person and who they are because of their culture, while also trying to find parts of yourself within their stories. In this aspect, of course, we're trying to showcase our yearly theme, Baraluman, and really what it means to these writers. They have such unique experiences that they see fit under Baraluman, and I am just excited for you all to hear and understand their stories, and what a guiding light means to them or what their guiding light might be.
Hi, I'm MJ.
I'm Jed.
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm this year's skit lead, Kim Medina.
I'm Mar.
And I'm Justin.
So the background of skit is basically it is considered to be the heart of PCN. It gives a voice to the PCN theme, and we try to encapsulate that theme and Philippine culture itself through a theatrical performance on stage.
So for this year's skit, we wanted to ride off with the success we had last year's and continue having a story that is continuous so that the audience is able to see and understand through the use of our three skits. It takes multiple characters and brings it all into one continuous story for everyone to see. And our goal is to pass on the message of Pararuman to our audience, young and old, so they're able to understand like how it is and what we think of it.
Yeah, like MJ said, like we wanted people to feel seen in this, and there's this theme this year has so much definitions that we wanted to have different interpretations of what those definitions could be. So it's not only, oh, it's always going to be this character feeling Paruluman in this way, but we have characters in different ways showing off, oh, what's your guiding light? Oh, who's your muse? Oh, how am I going to continue without this or with this? And we wanted to experiment with that sense of like, Paruluman is this beautiful word in our culture, and we want to see the nuances of that.
Hi, my name is Brianna Villano, and I am leading hip hop this year. So, hip hop is more of an modern kind of aspect when it comes to like all like the cultural dances offered, but at the same time hip hop within like Filipino culture has really come as an expression regarding like our history of oppression and that struggle for freedom that we've always had as Filipinos, and I think that's what makes hip hop so relevant within Filipino culture today. Yeah, so my piece is called From the PH to the Bay, so hopefully it feels like a little journey coming from the Philippines all the way to the Bay. And it's like a performance that's just filled with a lot of energy. It's filled with a lot of like happiness and joy because it really is like an expression. It really is some kind of outlet that makes us really happy, and we hope to really show that through our dance as well. So looking forward to it.
My name is Megan, and I am leading Medley this year. The background behind Medley is more of a modern take of a lot of ballroom styles. So it has done like a plethora of dances throughout the years. It's all up to the lead, and there's usually a modern take of either hip hop or jazz or any other type of dance like that. So in Medley, there are 3 songs, 3 love songs, but what's very interesting about Medley this year is there's kind of like a main couple in each song where you kind of see how the love story of each song plays out. The 3 different ballroom styles that I'm doing is the waltz, the rumba, and the jive, of course with a modern twist. And so I hope it's very energetic and fun and you guys fall in love with the story.
Hi, I'm Kiara Katrina Francisco, and I'm leading a barrio dance called Reggaetones. So our dance is a barrio dance from Cadiz City in Negros Occidental, and it highlights the daily life of fish vendors, also known as reggaetones, and lavaceros, or the female fish buyers, as they await the fishermen to come in with the daily catch. And the whole dance highlights their playful interactions with each other, sometimes romantic, sometimes not. And you'll get to see that on stage. So our dance opens the barrio set, so you'll be seeing a lot of depictions of daily life during that time. You'll be seeing our male presenting with props that have 2 baskets, one in the front and one in the back, and that's kind of their main vehicle of selling the fish and also like playing around with the female presenting dancers. And the female presenting dancers have very characteristic romantic flowy moves, which I think are really, really fun to do.
Hi, I'm Eliza Katinko, and I am going to lead Sakuting this year. Okay, so the background behind Sakuting is that it's a mock fight between Christian and non-Christian Ilocanos. Specifically, the Christians are the ones living in the lowlands, and the non-Christians are the ones living higher up in the mountains. And this is all occurring during Spanish colonialization. Sakuting was also used to keep Philippine martial arts alive through artistic movements, because during Spanish colonialization, the practice of fighting back and teaching themselves how to fight back was prohibited. So you'll see that a lot in other aspects. So for Sakuting, we're gonna be in like a red and white palette. So you'll see our pants and our skirts are all gonna be red. Very excited. These are our Sakuting sticks. We're each gonna have two. You'll definitely notice it right when we get on stage. This, like PMA, this is like our little PMA sticks, except they're thinner. And they're decorated with 3 stripes. And something I like to reiterate a lot about my dancers is that Sakuting was originally only danced by men, but my cast is not mostly men. I think we only have one. Shout out Evan. But I think Sakuting is now like used as a at festivals and used in celebration to celebrate that like what we've gone through to especially as a form of caroling during Christmas. Fun fact. But yes, I would definitely say I'm very excited for y'all to see what we have to show you.
Hello, my name is Francie and I'm leading Bulaklakan.
Hi, my name is Lorelei and I'm her co-lead. Bulaklakan translates to Parade of Flowers, and you can visually see it in our dance because we have like colorful dresses and we have like the garlands and everything. We're actually supposed to represent the flowers, and throughout the dance you could tell like we're turning our flowers, representing it like going through the wind and like blooming, obviously too. And yeah.
And it's also from Bulacan.
Yes. It's usually performed at like happy ceremonies, so like it could be like weddings and like festivals as well.
So like Lorelei said, our dance has a lot of formation changes, and you may or may not see some blooming flowers in our dance. Like she said earlier, we are supposed to be representing flowers, so you'll be seeing colorful attire and very colorful garlands as well.
My name is Lariel, and I am one of the co-leads for Lapay Bantigi.
And my name is Megan, and I'm the other co-lead for Lapay Bantigi.
So Lapay Bantigi was created by Lola Felisa, who lived in the barangay or community called Bantigi, which is from Masbate City. And she, just among all the fisher folk, was inspired by the movements of the Lapay or seagull. And it was just a very beautiful scenery for her and everyone else in Bantigi. And her dancing sort of just inspired the entire community to also join in and help the dance evolve. And eventually, the dance became a nationally recognized cultural dance.
So we really wanted to capture like the upbeat energy of Barrio. We wanted to feel very much like a party on stage. So we did have a lot of fun choreography and a lot of interactions with partners. So we really hope that you feel like you're having fun with us. And we have some very like fun and surprising choreo with these little 2 fishes. So can't wait for all to see.
Hi, my name is Sydney.
Hi, my name is Paris.
And we are your Tinikling leads for PCN 52.
Tinikling originated from the Visayas region of the Philippines, specifically in the Leyte Islands.
Yeah, and it is a traditional folk dance where dancers step through bamboo sticks as they are being tapped and slid across the floor and against each other. It is based on the tickling bird as it walks across rice fields, eating the rice grains while also avoiding bamboo traps that were set by rice farmers to catch them.
So we're showcasing a lot of different formations. We have a diamond, we have an X, we have a diagonal, and we have river. The ones that I think are really cool are the the X part because the X formation because we have dancers like jumping up and over the sticks while it's like moving. And I think another formation that's really cool too is the river because we have 3 dances in that as well. And dancers will be going, that's when the sticks are in one line and dancers are going up and down and even in a circle in the sticks.
What's up? I'm Nico. Welcome to this year's PCN. This year I am leading Jota de Manila. The background behind my aspect for Jota de Manila is it's a Jota which originates from Manila, Philippines, and actually debuted when the Philippines gained their independence from Spain in 1898. So when the Philippines was like celebrating their independence, people were out on like the streets in parades, celebrating and dancing together. Even like military officials even like joined dancing with them, and just a very like lively, energetic, but also like very elegant and like firm dance as well. For my aspect for Jota de Manila, it actually has one of my favorite things, castanets. So both male and female presenting will be using these castanets. I'm really excited to just work with them on this. On top of that, male presenting will also have like these hats that you'll wear, and you're gonna see it super soon once PCN starts. And then the female presenting will have like these nice, really like, I think black and white dresses that's super easy to spin around. So just be on the lookout for all of our stuff. It's gonna look really cool.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Bianca and I am leading Jota Rizal. Okay, so just like in the name itself, Jota Rizal is named after the Philippines national hero, Jose Rizal, and this dance was from Batangas. Yeah, so in my aspect, you can anticipate seeing pairings. So couples will be dancing together, and you can see lively music, lively upbeat movements. Female presenting performers will be performing with tambourines, and yeah, you will be able to see like pairs circling one another, meeting each other in the middle of the dance, and we'll be performing like a small little chain as well, and it'll be a fun little dance.
My name is Lorelei, and I'm a co-lead for Jota Caviteña. And my name is Lara Ferrales, and I'm the other co-lead for Jota Caviteña. Our dance Jota Caviteña originates from Cavite in the Philippines. It is in the Maria Clara suite, which is a Spanish influence dance. It is usually showcased in social gatherings and
Yeah. Adding on, it's actually one of the most popular Spanish jotas, and it represents the Philippines' independence from Spain. Yes. I think especially in the intro, you'll see like the men acting like a little bit snobbish, a little bit confident because they have like a little solo part, but that's a little spoiler. But yeah, I think that part is really cool because it's just castanet work at that time. There's no instrumentals or anything. So yes, please look forward to that part. And then I think the girls just execute everything with elegance and grace. So yeah, they look beautiful. Yes.
expect to see a lot of spinning, a lot of stomping, just a lot of castanet work throughout our dance.
Hi, my name is Carlene Salas.
Hi, I'm Timothy Basa.
And we're the leads for Sabayang Pagbigkas.
Sabayang Pagbigkas, also known as Sapag, is a synchronized speech recital that combines aspects of skit, choir, and dance. Sapag is a powerful showcase of storytelling that helps bring writing to life through movement, rhythm, and emotion.
It's traditionally performed by students during the annual Buwan ng Wika, which is the month of language in the Philippines. Sabayang Pagbigkas commemorates and upholds the importance of language in storytelling.
This year's piece kicks off at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, where multiple stories collide. While the Americans were celebrating the progress they've made since the Louisiana Purchase, the Filipinos who were brought to the fair were put on display in human zoos and promoted as uncivilized savages who needed to be saved by Western values and education. However, the Americans also worked with a certain group of Filipinos called the Pensionados in order to prepare them to return back home to the Philippines and lead their country by implementing American ideals.
The Pensionados shared similar sentiments as the Americans, believing that Filipinos needed to be civilized while also fighting against the negative stereotypes of Filipinos depicted by the Americans. This year's piece tackles themes of identity, assimilation, culture erasure, and resistance. This is not just a performance, it's a reclamation of our voice and our stories.
Okay. Hi, my name is Rafael Yao. I'm the lead with PMA alongside Hi, I'm Jess, and I'm also PMA's co-lead. So PMA originated from Cebu. It is founded by Becon. It was actually because of the Spanish decree banning sharp objects like swords and knives. And
Yeah. And one of the reasons why we call it PMA as opposed to the other more specific things like Balintawak, Arnis, and Eskrima is because it is not a specific thing, right? That would be almost like specializing. We are taking homage to not only all of the Filipino martial arts, but we also take it from other parts of Asia as well, especially when it comes to the performance that we're showing out today, because all of us come from different backgrounds and we want to use that and display that to the best of our potential. I will say that you'll be seeing a lot. It's going to be like a roller coaster. You're not going to know what's next. I think that it is very similar to what we've done in the past with PMA, with swings, self defense, and choreography. And we have a little bit of twist here and there.
yeah, so alongside with that, you will be seeing the basics, maybe not the full basics, but you'll see the basics of Baluntawak, Arnis, and then you'll see our swings, and then you will see defense and feeding, but added a little bit more dynamic, along with our choreographed fights that contain multiple martial arts, whether it be Taekwondo, Muay Thai, boxing, and so on and so forth.
Hi, my name is Jada Johnson, and I am leading Mantuwilian, which is a Kalinga inspired piece composed of 4 different Kalinga inspired dances. So, Mantuwilian kind of means like going back to our roots. It's a Kalinga word. And the whole essence behind the piece is to showcase the daily routine of the Kalinga people, specifically pre colonization, to showcase that deep history and kind of going back to what these dances are taking inspiration from. So the first dance in the piece is Manbuka, which comes from a root word in Kalinga, which means to dig. And essentially, in this piece, we're building rice terraces and we're building rice paddies. And it's a community event, and we're singing a song which means let's build rice terraces together, and we're singing in Kalinga. And our next piece in the set is Chalichog. And through Chalichog, we are performing like we are stomping together in unison. So you'll see our female performers on stage are stomping in a specific stomping pattern, which is used in order to hope and to pray for a bountiful harvest, but also to make sure that the rice terraces are strong to endure and to sustain the harvest and grow these rice paddies, which are their source of life. And then that is followed with our dance banga. And banga is the clay pots that the female performers carry on their heads. And this dance is inspired by the daily routine of fetching water. So in this piece, we're conveying that our female performers are beautiful and agile, and also they have a lot of grace and strength in carrying this water, and they're bringing it back to the rice paddies in order to like give water to the plants and to grow them. And then we end our piece with Salip, which Salip is a Kalinga courtship piece. It's usually also a community event. So we start off the day farming together and cultivating this land. And at the end of the day, we celebrate the harvest and we celebrate together in a community event, which is Salip, where we're dancing together.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Sage Piano Valdez.
And I'm Kiara Katrina Francisco.
And we are leading
Pangandatan Sin Tausug.
The background of our aspect is from the Sulu archipelago in the most southern part of the Philippines. And our aspect beautifully encapsulates the vibrant living traditions of the Tausug, also known as people of the current. And we take inspiration from our culture bearer, Siti Oweso, also known as Auntie Ling Ling. And we also draw inspiration from the cultural research and works of Kuya Eric Solano and Parangal.
So our dance opens up with us on the water dancing to a song called Lupasug, which talks about the beautiful Tausug people and the land that they live on. While Lupasug is being sung, we have flags waving high in the sky with Pangalay Hapatong going on in the background representing the beautiful Vinta boats. While this is also going on, a dance called Lingisan starts to appear on the stage as our female presenting dancers soar through the sky representing the eagles. Following that, we have a dance called Maglalurp, where our male presenting dancers while our male presenting dancers highlight the seafaring life of the Tausugs as they dive for pearls and hunt for fish. And after that, we combine the two in a dance called Pakarajaan, where the male presenting are again hunting and the female presenting are representing fish and birds. After that, we are rowed back to shore where a beautiful romantic scene opens up on the beach. A couple meets to the song Sua Kusua and they dance with fans alongside their community. After that, a wedding happens where the entire community comes together to celebrate in a dance called Paglami Lami as they bring in a feast and a banig to represent the life cycle that the couple will go through together. And then the marriage ritual happens in a dance called Pangantin. Following that, a couple members of the community come and perform for the couple, and then the entire community joins in a giant celebration dance to the tune of Pangaleha Baloy. After that, we go back to the beginning and we all set out onto the sea, and come out into our boats.
I think Paraluman can really be a person, a place, or a thing. Like, I think of my family, my sister, my friends. I think of like the space, the people I've met, and the things it's introduced me to. And I think of the culture as a sort of guiding light for me. I think my culture has given me the understanding on how to navigate myself through life and has really showed me the way when I was struggling. So I always see that as a guiding life, as my paraluman.
To me, Baraluman, of course, in our show definition or our theme definition, is a guiding light. But for me, my guiding light has always been my family, both chosen and blood. I have made it a point for myself to be very intentional about the people that I keep around and the people that I want to be with. And those people have always guided me towards what I feel is right and what I feel is best for me in this culture and in this space. And to me, Baraluman is the people that I surround myself with. Because they do help me keep going in my life and in this space. And they remind me every day that no matter what happens, they will always be there for me and will always want to guide me through whatever challenges I might face.
So the big interpretations for Paraluman is that it means guiding light or feminine muse. But I like to think of more of it as, what is your intention? What do you intend to show? What do you intend to represent? And why do you choose that to represent yourself? Like, you could pick a familial figure to be your guiding light or your Paraluman, but why do you pick that certain person to be your Paraluman? Because I feel like finding that intention within yourself and building upon that is kind of important, not only as a community, but as an individual. And fighting for that intention makes you a stronger person and makes you a person worth going towards that guiding light, makes you feel more valid towards finding that feminine muse and being more so like it. And I feel like Paraluman is a great embodiment of why do you do what you do now and what will you do further on to make it better. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Justin was saying, Paraluman could be many interpretations in terms of the muse. It could be the community around you, it could be the people who lift you up, but also it could be individual. And the way I see it is that it's what motivates you to keep going, because obviously we have a lot of energy in us, we have a lot of youth and vigor, but there are definitely times where just the world can weigh us down, and there are times when we tend to lose ourselves in the world around us because everything is just asking for bits and pieces of our time, our energy. And so In times like that, when maybe we feel alone in the world, maybe we feel like everyone and everything is against us, we need to remind ourselves at times, why are we here and why do we want to keep pushing, and who do we want to make proud. And I think that should start with making ourselves proud. So yeah.
Para Luman, for me, has always been the people who look over me, whether they are still here or whether they are not still here. Some of those people being my grandparents, my Lolo especially. He's always been my guiding light ever since I moved here to the US. My family has really been my biggest guiding light as well. All my friends around me, my boyfriend, and really just all those who really give joy to my life. I see them as my guiding light, and I always see them as motivation to really work hard every day. So yeah.
Para Luman to me reminds me of like reflecting about my journey through college. I think if I talked to my high school self and told her everything that I have done in college, they would be so surprised. I'm so grateful for the opportunities I've had to grow throughout college, just in general, but in this space itself. I'm so happy that there's so many people that would love to dance with me, but also allow me to create so many things for this show. So Paraluman just reminds me how special my college journey has been for me.
So I think Lumen as a theme is such a beautiful thing to experience. As this is my last PCN, I found that my muse and my inspiration for doing what we do and doing what I do has been kind of the same every year. I always do PCN for my family, but I've grown to do it for those around me. I've come into leadership roles these past couple of years, whether it be dance lead or being former PCN director, and I found a lot of light and love and passion through my dancers and through my performers. So they're my inspiration as well.
Okay, so for me, Paraluman means it's the light that guides, and I think for me, the light is my family or the people before me that have helped navigate me through my culture, especially in my 3 years being here, and also even before I even made it to college. Like, yes, my elders, yes, my family, but also like the friends I have made here. This is my last PCN, so I think really calling on everyone who has been there for me throughout not only my life, but also my time at USF, my time at Kasamahan. I think I really want to appreciate and remember them. I remember them a lot throughout this process, and I just need to I like to hold that close to me. So yeah.
So para Luman to me, the light that guides us, it probably would be my family and friends back home, because they always, even if I'm struggling over here, they always provide a center for me to go back to.
I would say it's similar. I feel like the people you surround yourself with really represents of how you should live your life. And I feel like if you surround yourself with good people who inspire you, I feel like you'll also be the one inspiring others as well. I feel like there's many people in my life who give me like happiness and support when I'm feeling down, or like just anything in my life, whether it's like success or like anything. And I just want to be also that guiding light for others as well.
Paraluman, I think, as a word and as just the general theme of this year's PCN, just encompasses how I felt the last 4 years doing PCN in general. Just feeling inspired by, the people that danced before me. I think that dance is such a beautiful form of communication, and to be co-leading a dance that originates from such a beautiful standpoint, I think. They just have such an admiration for their way of living and the nature around them. And I think that's just a beautiful way to look at things, having an appreciation for life for what it is, and not focusing so much of what you can't make of it, but rather what you can make of it. And I think to take away from that, it's important to remember that the community that we have, the people around us, the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, everything is there to kind of act as a guiding light for us all whenever we feel like we're losing hope.
I second that. That was really good.
When I think about our our theme Paraluman, I think about, obviously we translate it as like our guiding light. And for me personally, like I can see that as like my friends, my family, the people that I've recently met, the people in our dance as well, kind of as like an inspiration to keep me going. Our PCN season has always been really hard, and so the fact that I have such a strong support system for me kind of like helps me get through all of it, and I'm so excited to see like what comes out of it as well, when we do perform on that stage.
So Paraluman translates to the guiding star, the star that guides us. And to me personally, Paraluman really means community. I think being a part of PCN and being a part of Kasamahan as well, I really understand it. I really understand what community is and how to find your own community, especially with just meeting a lot of new people. I feel like they've also people in at USF and also in Kasamahan as well. They really helped me with just a lot of things in my life, and I think with community as well, we always say isang baksak after every practice, which translates to when we all fall, when one falls we all fall, when one rises we all rise. So I think community is a really big aspect of that, and that we all get through things together. It's not just every man for themselves. So that's what Paraluman means to me.
This year's PCN 52 theme is Paraluman, which means the light that guides you or guiding star. And for me personally, I think this is actually one of the themes that I've been able to connect with the most. So like just a little backstory is when I watched PCN 49, so actually when I was in high school and I came to visit to watch PCN when I was a senior, there was this like really cool dance I saw on stage that started with like a bunch of like stomps, and then I heard castanets, and then the whole dance was like insane, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to do PCN, like I want to do something like this, like a production that's like this cool. And actually it wasn't until I decided to sign up for leading this dance, Jota de Manila, that I actually learned that the dance that made me want to join PCN was actually Jota de Manila, but 3 years ago, or back then. So it's like I get to lead the dance that brought me into this space actually. And it kind of brings me into like, what is the light that guides me? Is I think I'm very driven by like the people around me, like my friends that are very like supportive. Particularly like for this year, I really wanted to do something for the seniors this year, or like people like whoever it's like their last PCN, because they gave so much to me when I was a freshman, and I wanted to just do one last thing I could for them. So I'm really guided by like the people around me and just creating like that community.
Paraluman. For me, Paraluman is my guiding light and muse and inspiration, as said from like CC and like the whole little gist of it. But for me, it's my family, their unwavering support. They've been my guiding light. My roommates, they've been keeping me grounded, and my partner and my friends have also been my biggest Paraluman for me.
I think Paraluman to me, to be a guiding light, means to give back to the community, but also just represent my ancestors and my family and like my mother and everyone before me and who have made me the person I am today. But also to be that example for my younger cousins and my younger family, and hope to be their guiding light. And then also like my friends are also my guiding light, and I don't know what I would do without them.
The theme for this year's PCN Paraluman is a Tagalog word that is often translated to muse, representing a figure with exceptional beauty and grace. But for me, Paraluman is more than just beauty. It represents wisdom and the ability to inspire others. It reminds me to seek and appreciate the beauty in life, in people, in memories, and our own personal growth.
To me, Paraluman means being surrounded by people I can look up to and learn from, while also being someone that other people can look up to as well. Throughout my time here in USF and in Kasamahan, I've met so many amazing people that have inspired me and helped me grow into the person I am today. And now that I'm a senior, I want to be able to make that same impact on others and help people grow into the stars that they're destined to be.
Paraluman embodies one's connection and exploration with culture. With this piece, we wanted to challenge the idea of guidance and how the light that guides us can also lead us to a path of darkness.
Paranuman to me means the people who guide me, the people who are supporting me here today, who supported throughout like my whole journey here through college, whether it be one interaction, two interactions, or maybe multiples of interactions. I think it's also the people in this space. They are my guiding light. I always get inspiration from everyone, my friends, my family, anyone who is just a part of my life. And those are my parlumans. And I think it just means anyone who guides you through life. Yeah.
I agree with Jess. For me, as Paraluman means guiding light, the first thing I think about is the moon and the stars. Without those, you can never say that it's a pretty night sky because you see those and you're like, wow, that's the thing that guides us. But at the same time, the moon is the reflection of the sun that shines bright and leads us through the day. So we have them both working in tandem, and that for me means to be inspired and to inspire other people at the same time, right? I've done PMA, this is my third year, and coming from a martial arts background, I have a big passion for martial arts. I love how much of an art piece it is, henceforth the word martial arts. And the other thing I do love is sharing it with others. It's a gift, it's a passion, it's a hobby. And having that means that I can be both the sun and the moon, the guiding light, and the one who's constantly being inspired to get better and to do more each time.
I believe that Paraluman means something about like a unique light when it comes to music and connecting people, whether it's like dancing and singing in our practices and also like clapping to the beat of our hearts. It really encapsulates the shared memories that we make with each other and the light that guides us.
Paraluman to me changes every single day. I think it's unique because I have had the opportunity to sit with this theme being on cultural committee and having to have the opportunity to stew with it a lot longer. So when I first heard the word paraluman, because I speak Tagalog natively, it's not a new word to me. So the contemporary meaning is not lost on me at all, where paraluman is a feminine muse, and I've known about it and heard it through songs and through media. And to me, paraluman is that inspiration, and it's taking that inspiration from specifically the feminine energies and feminine people in your lives. And I think that, like, for me, also included in the other ways to interpret Paraluman with its more, I guess, originating meaning, I do still see Paraluman as a guiding light and as a guiding force, because through these women and feminine people who inspire me to create and to grow and to thrive, they also are the people who guide and who have given me the opportunity to grow. And I think that there's something so beautiful in having these people in my life that are my inspiration and are my muses, but also them being the force that guides me through everything that I do, whether it's the people that I know now, my family, my friends, my ancestors, even. That driving force and having, I guess, their blood and their love run through me is what Paraluman means to me. So, yeah.